Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at yet another figure from the DC Universe Classics Wave 7 Atom Smasher Wave. We're looking today at Ocean Warrior Aquaman. I hate to say it, this was a substantially bad peg warmer. Both him and Captain Cold, at least where I remember seeing these figures, the Ocean Warrior Aquaman sat. Nobody was really buying him. I could honestly see why. As far as I know, I think this Aquaman only appeared in a couple of issues sporting this attire. But he does come with the ever-crucial upper torso of Atom Smasher, which is definitely something you would need in order to build Atom Smasher. On the back of the package, the 6 figures that you need to build Atom Smasher, including the Ocean Warrior Aquaman. You also need Kid Flash, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Big Barda, and Captain Cold. The other figure that you need, well, you don't really need, but I would definitely say worth picking up is the Flash, even though he only comes with the figure stand and something not required for Atom Smasher. The biography down below says, found abandoned, Prince Orin of Atlantis was raised in the ways of the surface world and renamed by lighthouse keeper Arthur Curry. But in the water was where young Arthur truly thrived. In adulthood, he took the name Aquaman and used his aquatic abilities to patrol the 7 seas. The Aquatic Avengers' renown soon earned him a place among the newly assembled Justice League of America, which in fact I believe is the exact same read-up as the initial Aquaman that was released in the earlier DC Universe line, which I believe is the Gorilla Grodd wave. Statistics: first appearance, More Fun Comics number 72, November 1941. Real name Arthur Curry or Orin. Occupation water bearer of the Secret Sea, former monarch. Base of operations Poseidonus. Base of operations is Poseidonus. Special abilities: breathe underwater at incredible depths, super strong, swims at tremendous speeds, communicates with and controls undersea creatures. There you go. What I am going to do is take a bit of a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and when we come back, we're going to get a better look at Ocean Warrior Aquaman. Stay tuned. Now, as always, before we actually have a look at the figure, the build-a-piece that comes with Ocean Master Aquaman is the upper torso of Atom Smasher. So what I am going to do is going to find where I put those pieces. Spot, where did you put those pieces? Oh, they're off camera. Excuse me. Spot got ahead of himself and he put the pieces to the side. I don't know what I was doing. But we can take the upper torso, the lower torso, we'll snap that into place. Hopefully it doesn't give us any problems. Nope, nothing. And we have the upper torso, lower torso, 2 legs. So far, so good. We can also take, whoops, we move the camera here. We can also take the head that came with Captain Cold. Now, I don't know if this might give me problems because the peg is actually not on the neck, but it's on the actual head. I'm going to take that though, apply some pressure. I don't know. Looks like the sun is smiling down on me. I seem to get that in, no problem whatsoever. So it looks like the only thing we're missing now is 2 arms, and then we have a completed Atom Smasher. Let's just move that out of the way. And let's have a look at Ocean Master Aquaman. He may not be for everybody. He really may not be for everybody. I can clearly see that I think I think Mattel, excuse me. I think Mattel was basically looking for a reason to reuse some of these initial molds. In this case, they've just taken Aquaman and they've just decided to give him a costume that, again, he did not appear long enough in. As far as I know, I think he only appeared in like an issue or 2 wearing this outfit. But just was enough of a reason, I guess, that they decided to make a figure out of him. As a comparison, let's bring in the initial Aquaman, which still to this day is one of Spot's favorite DC Universe figures ever. Now, the Ocean Master Aquaman really utilizes only a generic suit, a generic body of a DC Universe, whereas obviously the Aquaman, the initial Aquaman, had a much more textured upper torso. We'll zoom in. One thing I really want to point out is the heads. Now, I really like the original head. Now, these are obviously both the exact same head. I really like the initial head of Aquaman here. I think it's still one of my favorite head sculpts for the DC Universe figures. I really like what they did with the head on Ocean Master. His eyes seem a little bit more blue. The flesh color that they decided to use on his face I think was a good choice as well. It didn't have that really awful tan that they gave the Aquaman that was packaged with Merman. That was a really bad paint. The hair I think is done really well. It's got a little more darker coloring in it than the Aquaman from the Gorilla Grodd wave. It's just a nice improvement. I mean, I would almost be tempted to pop off this head and put it onto Aquaman for no other, well, for the only other reason that the neck might not match quite right with the face. But I think the Ocean Master Aquaman really has a nice improved head sculpt or head face painted design. Aside from that, he's got this light blue, dark blue. He's got some gray, white, some black going on there. It's a much smoother plastic as well. It doesn't have the matte feel that the original Aquaman had. Again, this probably isn't everybody's cup of tea, and I would say I like the figure out of package. I think he looks nice, but had he not been a figure that came with a collect and connect piece, I probably would not have bought him. Even though he is nice, I like the look of him, but I'm still more a purist. I would just stick with the original. But I still like the look of him. He does come with his trident, which has now been packaged 3 times if you want to count the Merman 2-pack and the original. He can hold it easily enough. It's got nice coloring. There's nothing different with this trident versus the original. The gem and everything else is the exact same. In the way of Ocean Master's Aquaman's articulation, he has a ball-jointed head, pin and socket shoulder, rotate all the way around at the bicep, bend at the elbow, rotation in the hand, and he's got the upper torso bend, rotation in the waist, the legs do go forward and back, in and out, rotation in the thigh, bend at the knee, and finally a bend at the foot. The hard part really for me is how do you rate a figure such as this? Again, being the purist in me, I still prefer the original Aquaman. If I'm going to put a display out of the Justice League members, I'm going to put this Aquaman. I'm not necessarily going to put this figure out. However, he does have a really good paint coloring. It's clean. There's no real, I mean, it'd be hard to tell a defect on here anyways, but I think the paint is done really, really well. And, if you aren't necessarily somebody that needs to have the classic green and orange duds on Aquaman, I would say this is still a pretty good Aquaman. And I think while I gave the other Aquaman initially an 8, I think when I did a re-review on this guy, I gave him a 9. Aquaman here, the Ocean Master Aquaman, I think I'm also going to give him, a 7.5. How about that? Probably a figure you're going to overlook, but I would say give it a chance. Give it a chance. He does have a little bit of likableness to him. A little bit, just a little bit. But you guys can let me know your thoughts down below. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at DC Universe Classics Wave 7 Atom Smasher Wave. We're looking today at Atom Smasher. We're looking today at Ocean Master. Thank you, whoever said that. Ocean Master Aquaman. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.